In Christian tradition, the four evangelists are Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. The authors attributed with the creation of the four gospel accounts in the New Testament. The Gospels of Matthew, Mark, and Luke are known as the Synoptic Gospels because they include many of the same stories, often in the same sequence. Convention has traditionally held the authors to be two of the 12 apostles of Jesus, John and Matthew, and two apostolic men, Mark and Luke. They are called evangelists, a word meaning people who proclaim good news, because their books aim to tell the good news of Jesus. Let's get to know the four evangelists and their Gospels, starting with St. Matthew.
St. Matthew, he was an original eyewitness of Jesus. In his Gospel, before na siya maging alagad ni Jesus, he was a tax collector. And formerly, he was called Levi or Levi. Yun ang kanyang tunay na pangalan. So until such time, when he followed the Lord, from Levi, naging Matthew. So si Matthew, ang kanyang symbol ay tao. Bakit tao? Kasi, if you will analyze the Gospel of St. Matthew, he started with the genealogy of Jesus. It shows na si Jesus ay meron din siyang angka na pinanggalingan. So, we are dealing here with the human side of Jesus. Yung pagkatao ni Jesus, na si Jesus pala, bagamat siya'y Diyos galing sa itaas, siya pala ay mayroong lahing pinagmulan. Saint Mark, ang kanyang symbol naman is a winged lion, a figure of a courage and monarchy. So it also represents Jesus' resurrection because the lions were believed to sleep with one open eyes. So if we will go back to the resurrection narrative of Saint Mark, doon dinedescribe doon na nagtatanod, nagtatanod ang mga tao, mga kawal, baka nakawin si Jesus, At yung pagkabuhay ni Jesus, ito yung pinaka maganda sa lahat, Sabi nga the greatest of all miracles is the resurrection of Jesus. It was narrated on the Gospel of St. Mark na talagang pinakita niya kung paano nabuhay si Jesus in a very narrative form. This signifies that Christians should be courageous on the path of salvation. It was believed that St. Luke, as the third among the four evangelists, ang talagang kanyang trabaho ay doktor. Physician in nature. Doktor siya, so hinihil niya yung mga may sakit. Hinihil niya yung mga may karamdaman. Ang kanya namang symbol ay a winged ox or a bull. Winged ox or a bull. Bakit? Ibig sabihin kasi nun, the symbolism of a winged ox or a bull, it means a figure of sacrifice, a figure of service, and a figure of strength. And also, the ox signifies that Christians should be prepared to sacrifice themselves in following Christ. St. John is the author of the fourth Gospel. And the symbolism of St. John is eagle, agila. Alam niyo, mayroong katangian ng agila na wala sa ibang mga ibon. Ano yung katangian ng ibon? An eagle can look directly sa sun. So, bakit eagle ang binigay kay St. John na icon or logo? It goes to describe that many things with a higher level than the three other synoptic gospel. It represents, first, Jesus' ascension into heaven. And secondly, the divine nature of Jesus. Si St. John, ang kanyang category is very high because nagsimula sa itaas, Nagsimula sa pagpapakilala kung sino si Jesus. Si Jesus ang salita. Si Jesus ang salitang lumilikha, Ang salita ng Diyos na si Jesus na nakapagpapalig ka sa lahat ng bagay. So ano ang hamon sa atin ngayon mga Kristiyano sa Ebanghelyo ni San Juan? Christians should look on eternity without flinching as they journey toward their goal, our union with God. Bakit apat? Bakit kay Mark, Matthew, Luke, and John? Because their presentation of the Gospels ay tumutugma din sa mga tinuturo ng mga alagad, and especially sa mga eyewitness ng Panginoon, especially Matthew and John. Ano? Na halimbawa, yung presentation ni Luke, ni Mark at ni Matthew, magkapareho, bagamat sila magkapareho, they also differ sa taon kung kailan sila ginawa. Pero yung mensahe ng tatlo ay tugman-tugma at pareho-pareho at wala nakikita nitong mali. Some biblical scholars have already proven na ang mga taong ito ay ginawa nilang ebanghelyo because sila ay inspired by the Holy Spirit. Because the Bible itself ay inspired by the Holy Spirit. When we say inspired by the Holy Spirit, hindi maaari magkamali ang Diyos. Hindi maaari magkamali ang Diyos. The Bible or the Spirit Himself cannot err. Hindi pwede magkamali dahil ito ay gawa ng Diyos. At kung gawa ng Diyos, wala itong mahal pagkakamali at